me by typing in IWER TV and you will see me there. All right. So join me now on Facebook, join me now on YouTube, just giving you some information. All right, attention HDC clients. If you make monthly payments directly to the HDC, you are reminded that you can make payments at the Shore Pay Payment Centers located. Yes, sorry about that. You can make payments at the Shore Payment Centers located at selected Massey stores. All right. Do a wire transfer to Republic Bank account number 1502281730001A, or deposit a check in the box located at the HDC head office. All right. For more information, visit us at Facebook, Instagram, or our website at www.hdc.gov.tt. All right, so you can do that if you are an HDC client and you have to make your payments. Do that. You can do that now. Also, Digicel gives you more ways to keep safe and stay connected. Top up your mobile account by using your chip debit card in the Digicel, in the My Digicel app. All right. Scotia Mobile Bank and at the cashier in supermarkets, or visit digicel.com. All right. Stay safe. Be strong. Brighter days are ahead. All right, that's Digicel. So make sure and make your top up with Digicel today. All right, Digicel, better together. All right, and postpaid. All right, if you're postpaid, you can pay your bill safe and keep connected with Digicel. Pay your bill by using your chip debit card, by the My Digicel app, mobile bank, or Bill Express, or visit digicel.com. All right, stay safe, be strong, brighter days are ahead. Digicel. All right, what else I have to share with you? Also, purchase $40, purchase $40 in Milo powder and you could win a laptop and $10,000 cash. Plus weekly cash and sport prizes could be yours. All right, see press or visit www.nestles.caribbean.com/promo for more details. All right, so get ready to win yourself something from Milo. All right, that's Milo. What else can I say to you? What else do I have here for you to know about again? All right. Yes, it's true. Pennywise just for you. So real get that perfect smile. Beauty is in every aisle. To take care of your body, we have all you need to stay healthy. Pennywise, yes, it's true. Pennywise, just for you. Pennywise, give you more to love. All right, so those of you who visit Pennywise like me, I know you would have taken that ad very seriously. All right, so I want to thank you for staying with me. I'm going to give you some more information as we go on. So it's already 24 minutes past 12:25 and counting. And we were talking earlier on and I would have given you some information. I'd have shared some stuff with you earlier on, and I want to just, take you back to those stuff that I was talking about earlier on. So, those of you who are on the live, thank you very much for being with me. And those of you who joining me on the live, you have to join me on the live because I have some other stuff I want to share with you today.
What is wrong with this world we live in today? I say, so much people going astray on the Broadway. Idleness and pleasure seeking having sway on the minds today, as though people forget to pray. I see children being left alone without parental direction. After school alone.
All right, so I'm gonna take you. I wanted to share with you some information. Just sometimes we have to remind ourselves, and some of us get very emotional and we get really carried away without proper evaluation and facts. So we don't like facts so much. We like to evaluate stuff. We like to sit down and run off with emotions and run off with misinformation, run off with disinformation. We don't like to sit down and evaluate things. So I heard someone in passing made a statement, and this is a statement. You can tell me if you think that in our conversation today, you can tell me if you think that the statement is true or if the statement is not true. All right. The person said that in the history of the politics in Trinidad and Tobago, historically, the history of the politics in Trinidad and Tobago, we have never had so much hate coming from both sides. We have never had so much hate coming from both sides. That's the person evaluation of the politics that is happening today in Trinidad and Tobago. So the person believes that, you see, all this hate that is coming out of the politics is what have our society the way it is today, and it's on the both sides. All right? Both politicians, both of them. I sat down and I listened and I said, wow. I said, okay. I said, all right. I just listened to that statement and I said, that's something that I would really want to hear people's view on. But then we go on, and as I said to you just now, that we react based on information that will be forthcoming to us. We don't do any research as a nation anymore, We don't sit down and think and say, okay, I wonder, let me go back and see. The Prime Minister went in Parliament. We know Dr. Rowley for years. Those of you who have been following the politics of Trinidad and Tobago know Dr. Rowley for years. Some of us have followed his career in politics, and we're talking about not now, years. My first encounter with Dr. Rowley was, I was a young man, and I loved to used to go to listen to political meetings back in the time with Mr. Patrick Manning, and he had a meeting in San Fernando at Skiffle Bunch Panyard. Mr. Manning would have had a meeting there, and Mr. Manning would have introduced Dr. Rowley to speak. And Dr. Rowley would have impressed me a whole lot because of the information he would have given back then about the airport scandal. And the airport scandal was one which resonated in my mind for years with Ish and Steve. And Dr. Rowley would have ramaged on the platform. And I remembered that man from then to now. And I said that to say this. Dr. Rowley stood up in the parliament, when was it? Monday? Tuesday? And spoke about the UNC wanted an account on how we reach here today. How we reach here, how we got to this point. How we reach to this point, what made us reach to this? The UNC asked in Parliament. Those of you who remembered. If you do remember, that is what was said. That was asked, it was a question that was asked. How did we reach to this point? I want to do a fast recapping because, we don't have much time. So if I do a fast recap here today and show you something, some of you might say, but I didn't remember that. No, we don't remember plenty things. There's a lot of things we don't remember as a nation, and sometimes we need to be. You need to be reminded. You need to be reminded. And I remember playing this clip one time and playing it another time, and a lot of you, it went over your head. You didn't hear it. Some of you didn't listen to it. Some of you don't want to hear those things. You just like to just ramage, but I like to ramage with facts. I like to talk things, and I like to bring it back from to bring you to the proper perspective on how things looking. I see you on the phone line. Let's give me 2 minutes or less, or 5 minutes less. I need to show you this. I want you to come on the live. Join me on the live. I want to show you this. Why I want to show you this? Because I want to give you a backdrop of why or where I'm coming from. Where you coming from, Google? What is this about? What it is and I have to stick to the name Google, because I always Google stuff. I always look for information. I try not to talk here out of emotion and ignorance. I try to bring relevant, factual information for you, so that even if you go on another radio station, you could say, but I was listening to a radio station, a frequency with a presenter that brought forth some evidence to show us why we are where we are today. So, join me on Facebook and on YouTube, because visuals, a lot of people learn via visuals. A lot of people don't learn via listening, because some of you don't listen. Some of you prefer to see than to hear. So, join me on Facebook. I'm trying to pull up this video to take you back. I need to take you back to this video, because this video will be the background of my discussion here today. All right, and after this, I have nothing else to say. I'm just going to take calls and listen to you and give you some information as we go along. So I'm waiting for this video to upload. I don't know why it's taking so long. But as you come on, share the live. Let's talk Trinidad and Tobago. Let's not talk out of emotions, but let's talk out of facts. Let's talk out of facts. Let's see if Dr. Rowley is just talking from the top of his head, and he doesn't have any. He just choose to attack or to speak out of turn. Let's see, and I want you to tell me. After I do this presentation today, you tell me, Trinidad and Tobago, what's your view on this? We have people who playing games with us, who saying all sort of madness to us, and there are people who are believing it, and there are people who are running with it. Let me tell you something. I listened to a morning show this morning coming up on the water taxi on an urban station. They just call it what? Drama Wednesday. And you hear the discussion that was happening on that radio station this morning says to me that even though they're working in a media house, they have all, here I tell you, they have all the information right there at their fingertip, and ignorance is bliss, and they can go back and say, I see it. and you could tape me saying it. You understand? That morning show, Drama Wednesday, level of ignorance and foolishness without any sort of substance and truth. All right. So let's start. We're going with it. You tell me what you think about this, Trinidad and Tobago. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you remember this. How many of you remember this? Go on to the radio, to the Facebook page, because I'm not going to show this again. After I done show this, I good. All right? But I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this. Because I played this several times, and I think some of us may have forgotten, and we don't really care. But I care about Trinidad and Tobago, you know. If it's one place I care about, is this country. And I'm not going to allow anybody to hoodwink or fool me. People could preach. They could preach all what they want to preach. But if you're preaching from a level of ignorance, then at the end of the day, you're preaching to fool whoever wants to be fooled. I'll just leave that there. All right? Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go. Join me on Facebook. Join me on YouTube. Remember this? Dr. Rowley, not Dr. Rowley. All right. Well, we remember Dr. Rowley, you know. Remember, I tell all of that. You all remember this man. And not for any bad things, but you all remember. God will make... God, wait. Go ahead. So I'm going to show you this video. Look at this. Look at this, Trinidad and Tobago.
Chima and Chase Village are some of the areas with the highest number of COVID-19 cases. Karapi, Chima and Chase Village are some of the areas with the highest number of COVID-19 cases. Manager of the Geographic Information Systems Unit at the Ministry of Health, Roshan Siram Singh, on Wednesday, provided data to support earlier statements that County Caroni has recorded the highest number of cases. Karapi, Chima and Chase Village are some of the areas with the highest number of COVID-19 cases. Manager of the Geographic Information Systems Unit at the Ministry of Health, Roshan Siram Singh, on Wednesday, provided data to support earlier statements that County Caroni has recorded the highest number of cases.
As well, and this is what the map allows us to do when we look at the data spatially. We see that general Chase Village, Karapi, Chima, Balmain area around there, those areas are what we would say hot areas, areas in which we have recorded a high number of cases. And of course, these are areas we need to look at.
Chima and Chase Village are some of the areas with the highest number of COVID-19 cases. Manager of the Geographic Information Systems Unit at the Ministry of Health, Roshan Siram Singh, on Wednesday, provided data to support earlier statements that County Caroni has recorded the highest number of cases.
As well, and this is what the map allows us to do when we look at the data spatially. We see that general Chase Village, Karapi, Chima, Balmain area around there, those areas are what we would say hot areas, areas in which we have recorded a high number of cases. And of course, these are areas we need to look at.
Right. Okay. Going back to me. I have something I want to show you, you know. I tell you, after today, I done with this. You see this? I done. So I want to go back to something now. This was when, boy? When did I get this? When was this sent to me? When was this done? I'll tell you when. Don't worry. I'll give you the information. But I want to show you something. And let me tell you something. Only leave Dr. Rowley alone. You know? Leave him alone. Only don't like him. That's all right. I see a hater on the YouTube telling me something there about Dr. Rowley must resign. I hear you, sir. But I have something to show on Facebook and on YouTube today. And this is me showing it. And if you don't want to accept it, then that is your business. But wait, before I show that, I need to do this again. So they're upset with Dr. Rowley for saying this, right? This is what Dr. Rowley said, and they was upset. They're mad. They're vexed. They're bringing the candlelight vigil in your thing. So this is what he said, right? This is what he said. This is Dr. Rowley. Just now, wait. Oh gosh, wait, Doc. Wait. Don't rush me, Doc. Listen to this. Listen to Dr. Rowley here. I want you to hear Dr. Rowley. I don't want to hear me. And I'm going to show you something, and I go into the phone lines, and I done. Look at this. Listen to this, right? Listen to Dr. Rowley.
But you know, Madam Speaker, you heard so many times they got into trouble trying to ask how we got here. And they're asking for an investigation as to how we got here. Be careful what you ask for, because you will get it. The only country that I know of in the Caribbean where in the middle of the pandemic, the opposition organized gatherings of people called vigils, thousands of people for a month, trying to exploit the death of Andrea Barrett. And you're asking me how we got here? What other gatherings took place in Trinidad during that period after we came out of February? Madam?
And that does not relate to the President's note.
You have a point of order. On 48-1, overruled. The question was, where's the plan? How did we get here?
Right. Where is the plan? How did we get here? That was the question asked. Where is the plan? How did we get here? And Dr. Rowley was about to answer. Right? So listen, watch this. I want you to just go back here. I have to give you a recap, you know, because some of you all just forget. Some of you just forget. So listen to this. This is a man who admitting here. This is a man who admitting that he gave permission. Listen.
As it pertains to the concerns about all of the vigils that took place earlier this year. Now, I'm not here to get involved in the politics, but just to verify, there was a great degree of concern. The Special Branch, we got reports of 67 confirmed protests and vigils, marches during that period. It varied from 100, 250, 300, 4,000, 300, 5,000 in certain protests. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, basically, we have to always understand there's the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. We could have easily gone hard and fast, and then had we done so, persons would have accused the state, they would have accused the police service of not allowing them their right to protest, their right to grieve, their right to be heard. It was a difficult situation. I made the decision. Enough was enough, and we put a stop to it.
Who made the decision?
I asked the public, we need to...
Who made the decision? He admitted that he made the decision to have... You hear how much people was on the road? Listen, eh?
But just to verify, there was a great degree of concern. The Special Branch, we got reports of 67 confirmed protests and vigils, marches during that period.
66 confirmed march and vigil. Listen, eh?
It varied from 100, 250, 300, 4,000, 300, 5,000 in certain protests. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, basically, we have to always understand there's the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. We could have easily gone hard and fast, and then had we done so, persons would have accused the state, they would have accused the police service of not allowing them their right to protest, their right to grieve, their right to be heard. It was a difficult situation. I made the decision. Enough was enough, and we put a stop to it. But this is where it is. I ask the public, we need to be mature. We need to understand that as much as we have situations, concerns, your right to protest, now is not a time for us to do anything other than understand what our principal focus is. In other words, to sum it up, we need to stop croqueting up the scene.
Right. So that is the commissioner talk there. You hear Dr. Rowley talk, you heard the commissioner talk. I want to show you this now. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. If you don't like to go and research things, if you don't like to go and sit down and watch and don't just attack because the masses are attacking, or don't just talk because you have the evidence to prove your points, leave this thing alone now. So go on YouTube and Facebook now. I'm going at this hard. Go on Facebook and YouTube now. Dr. Rowley said that the UNC were part of organizing vigils and march in their constituency. Was he lying? That is the question I want to ask. When he said that, was he lying? All right. Watch this. This is for what's your name? Susan Lowy and all of them who on Facebook spreading their lies and their misinformation. Join me on Facebook and YouTube now. So, all you have to do, if you want to understand the depths of what's going on, all you have to do is type in candlelight vigil, and all I put is Shogunas. Who in charge of Shogunas? So candlelight vigil in Shogunas, and this is what comes up. Candlelight vigil, Shogunas, Andre Barrett movement. You go down here. Candlelight vigil, victim. Alright, candlelight vigil for victims of crime. Claxton Bay. Who in charge of Claxton Bay? Who in charge of Shogunas? Mohit. Who in charge of Claxton Bay? What's his name? What's his name? The chief whip of the UNC? Let me go down now, man. We going down. Candlelight vigil. Look at people in Woodford Square. Eh? We going down again. Candlelight vigil. Eh? You're going down again. So when people saying that Dr. Rowley don't know what he's saying, and he bring any politics in it, and the UNC, and the this and the that, I'm asking you, what areas are you seeing there? Candlelight vigil. Where is this? All you have to do is type in candlelight vigil, Shogunas, or candlelight vigil Trinidad, and everywhere that had a candlelight vigil shows up. And the community. So, my question to you again, Trinidad and Tobago, and I started by telling you this morning that while we are being derailed and while we are being thrown off and being told all sorts of nonsense, you just have to go up on YouTube and you will see, watch, there's social distancing. You go up on YouTube and tell me if you're seeing social distancing. Go up on Facebook and tell me if you're seeing social distancing. So I've made my point, and I'll go back by telling you this, Trinidad and Tobago. You go back to me. I'll go back by telling you this. Again, some sections of the media was successful in getting to derail you from getting people off, from getting you off of your point of calling on the cyber unit of Trinidad and Tobago to look into these hate speech that are happening on your social media. Up to today, I got a hate speech. Up to today, I got a hate speech from a young man videotaping a hate speech with Dr. Rowley. I'm going to the phone line. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor.
Hi, good afternoon.
Pastor, you would have said when you started that when you was in conversation with somebody and they would have said that the hate is on both sides. And I'm sure it may have been a person of African descent saying that. Because I am a person of African descent from where I sit. I not see no hate from no both sides. I am seeing the hate coming from the side of some people of Indian descent. And that's what I could talk about. I have not seen person of African descent spew that kind of hate and racism that I'm seeing spewed by some person of Indian descent. That is one. Two, when you connect the dots with what the Prime Minister said, with what the Commissioner of Police said, and the County Medical Officer for down Caroni side on their cell, it is clear to see there's a linkage between the vigilante movement, the candlelight vigilance movement, and the increase in COVID-19. 3, I want to ask the Commissioner of Police, the Health Ordinance Act has come into law or into effect because of COVID-19. Who gives protesters the approval to come out to protest or anything? I think is the Commissioner of Police.
He said it.
Right. And so his reasoning for why he allowed it to continue, that is a very subjective and emotional response, a logical situation, because it was never to happen. If people want to say at the end of the day you hard on them because they want to come out and grieve for their loved one and want them to do, that is the right to do. But your job is to protect and serve all the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And sir, I will tell you with all due respect, Commissioner of Police, you did not protect and serve us properly in candlelight vigils. Because what you should have done is tell them they cannot. However, if it's a group of 5 or whatever, and then they could do it virtual, because virtual is the way everything is going now. They could have the virtual candlelight vigil in their homes and put it up for everybody to see. So, sir, again, with all due respect, you did not protect and serve me as a citizen during that period of the COVID, candlelight vigil. And because of that, sir, because you admitted, that is one of the reasons we are where we are. And again, for this racism on both sides, that is people of African descent always want to pacify the situation, because like that has been inbred in us, that don't say nothing about some people in their descent, they go say we racial. And when they say about we, and don't respond back, and don't go so low like them wherever. So you know what? We must put our finger on our lip, like what is it doing in the 69 in Hilton? Put your finger on your lip and say nothing. And I don't believe Pastor Google, and when you say that, you ain't saying nothing again, because they are persistent. That's why I tell you, no enemies, The enemies are persistent. They come in every day, whether it's a lie or not. But after a while, they start a song like the truth, and then we just go, we give up. We cannot give up. We have to keep fighting, not physically, keep fighting. Okay.
Let me, just now, before you leave, and I want to I just want to rub this in a little bit. You see, sections of the media in this country is playing games. Let me tell you why. UNC lost a matter in the court with the ordinance, these ordinances, oh gosh, you just call it there from here, just drop off my
the health ordinance.
The health order. They lost a matter in the court. You hear that on any mainstream media?
Well, Pastor Google, I can say it has been alleged. I'm not in the media business. It has been alleged that under the rule of Ms. Kamala Prasad Sunday, the journalists was living nice with brown paper bags and houses and eatings and drinkings and whatever. So I don't know, probably they're still in that state because now they're not getting what they probably think they're entitled to, so that they are bounded and obligated by those who would have given them to always report things in their side. Just in the event they come back into office, that probably they will say you have been a good boy and a good girl, so you could continue to get. Again, I'm just saying, I don't know if those things are true.
Thank you very much. Caller? You know you have to call me back.
Huh?
You know you have to call me back because you're a man, you cannot make your statements in a short time. So I'm going to tell you, call me back right after the break.
All right, no problem.
You see, I'm being fair to you.
Yeah.
I'm being fair to you. All right? All right. Wow. Stay cool. Yeah. So, I know that he can't do what he wants to do within that space of time. So, Trinidad and Tobago, come back after this break. Don't touch your dial. Stick and stay right here on Street 919 FM.
Just be just something positive, something positive. Oh, I did it, boy, just for you. I beg you, just stay more positive. My friend them down in the ghetto, and this one I just be you. Something positive, something positive. Oh, I did it, boy, just that's how my friend never fight never. Play more positive music. Too much of negative thing going on, boy. Positive music. But that's how my friend never fight never. Play more positive music. Watch it. Them push all of the positive artists and them push them way behind. And them know I hear chronics no blessed messenger, but they rather promote alkaline. And then they want to know I don't know Trinidad. Love and tea, why it got so much crime. It's negative music that they're playing, that I'm messing with the youth, them mind. I'm making just say more positive music. That's how my friend, them a fight never. Positive music. Too much a negative thing going on, one. Positive music. I like this verse by positive music. But deep in my heart, see me touch every note. When my body comes in, gangsters touch the road. I pull in my friend them closer to hell. When them listening song from Vibes Cartel. Look at what I want up today, yeah. Leave my lock up in a jail cell. So just to sing positive music deep in my heart, so my fear pump bell. Madam, play more positive music. And that's how my friend them a fight never. Play more positive music. Too much a negative thing going on, why? Positive music. And that's how my friend them. And I just stop. Anything in it? We'll go to the next one.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday at 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Gives you more to love.
Land Capital Certificates is a passive income service company located at Princess Margaret Street in San Fernando and Fifth Street South Woodbrook. At Land Capital, investing is made simple. You invest with us. We make the investments and then you collect returns either monthly or yearly. We have 5 different options you can choose from, and each investment option comes with different benefits starting from TT $5,000. For more information, contact 399-0307. Land Capital Certificates. It's all about you.
A lot of energy before taking the youth juice, right? Especially lime, the turmeric, and the ginger. Energy to burn it, can't stop not all the energy. And then I had a real because problem of the head. All went to nothing happening. And then another thing, the sugar level. Before my sugar level is all 204, well high. To my surprise, when I start checking it now, I see it gone to 117. I was shocked, you know. So people, this thing is good, you know.
Try U-Juice today. Available at leading supermarkets nationwide or order online at ujuiceroots.com for free delivery.
Welcome to Dr. Love Rebirth Center for Herbal Solutions. Users of our Silver King branded product claim it's working for them. High definition eye drops dissolves cataract without surgery or peeling. Double barrel combination of L-arginine and L-citrine, heart and artery cleaner, testosterone builder, hydrolyzed collagen for joint, Colloidal silver immune system builder, Bolas for leaky bladder, cold pressed avocado oil, beetroot energy supplement, ozonated olive oil gel, the ultimate antibiotic, flashback for stress, move free for stiff joint, garlic extract, Provision for memory loss, black seed oil, prostate protocol, and coffee kits now available. Contact Dr. Love at PTSD Terminal Mall, Waze San Juan, Twin City Mall, San Fernando, and Pinal. Call us on 366-4058 or 478-9222. Check us out on WhatsApp, Facebook, and our website, www.drloverseed.com.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements: silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359
or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home, or get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you could get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there over. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
Share the line. Share the line. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the line. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the line. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the line. The Street 919 FM.
All right, I'm back with you. Going back to the phone lines, taking your calls on 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 771-1791, 466-5391. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. How are you today? Well, Pastor Google, I listened to all and sundry, but based on the empirical evidence, whether we like it or not, this spike just coincided with a movement of people that took place, which coincided with the so-called death of this young lady. Right? I remember there was a lot of movement here and there all over the country. Right? And it was already a rocket scientist, to put two and two together that this thing will cause a spike. And a lot of emotions came up in that situation, right? I think I remember some months ago, people was asking, well, why is it that the police commissioner didn't, yeah, hello?
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. I can understand why people say, how come the commissioner didn't act up on this thing? And I think there's a lot of emotions, right? I think he had the power to, to put a heavy hand on this thing. Hey, we should under a pandemic. We shouldn't be doing this. Even the opposition side should have think twice about this thing, because I check on a particular page where I see plenty of screenshots of UNC councils telling their people to have gatherings here and there in certain parts of the country. And to say that the thing started in Tobago, that is totally false. And things. When you plan to go to Tobago, engineers normally book, like, in advance. So, the donkey logic is, people, 1,000 people can go to Tobago all at once. That will cause a huge traffic, because you just book them in advance. So, that logic doesn't make sense. This thing started basically, whether we like it or not, with that Keith Noel 136 to level 2, aka the candlelight vigil. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Pastor Goa, I've been saying this over and over on this radio station. Those people in the UNC and who following them, they think God's sleeping, They're trying to twist everything that Kamala and her supporters say, trying to twist it around. But God is sleeping, They will see how much God awake, what will be coming of them down the pike. I hope they're looking at what's going down the pike for Trump, And this is the man these UNC people was following and trying to make Trinidad such a nasty place as it is now. Hating and hating and hating. Those are the people who have the whole place upset like this. And I want to see, if God forbid they can't win, how they could reverse the damage they inflict on Trinidad and Tobago. They better watch out, God not sleeping, and they will be woe beyond them who trying to disrupt Trinidad and Tobago and the people. Good day.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Pastor Google. How are you?
I am okay. How are you?
I'm good. Stop beating up yourself over these people. You always have the facts. Stop worrying yourself about them. I heard when Dr. Rowley spoke. I am from Tobago, and I tried to reach Tobago for Easter. And when I called all the flights to book, Dr. Rowley said that was long nearing the Easter. Again, I understand that all the accommodation, all the flights to Tobago are fully booked. That is nice. When you all go to Tobago, enjoy yourself, but observe the health protocols. He didn't invite no Tobago. He can't tell people when to go and who not to go. Okay, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hey.
But you know my concern, Pastor Google? The Guardian have a clip show you how much candlelight vigil it had. 90-something or 100 and something. And how much people attended. Right? I will check it out. Anyhow, somebody give me that information. But you know something, Pastor Google? The public health ordinance is what you're referring to. The UNC went to court with the public health ordinance from, you know, 18-something. They went to and lose. And then to the appeal court and lose.
Yes.
And have to pay 75% of the cost. And the state have to pay 25% of the cost.
Where did you hear that?
Again, information outside there. I don't hear it nowhere else.
No, I'm asking you which major media house did you hear that on?
Look TV and then I hear you with it here just now.
So how come it's not on them major news sites?
So let me point you into a particular direction. Right? Listen to this. That was the public health ordinance from 18-something. So let me explain to the citizens what that means. When they call the state of emergency under the People's Partnership, because that question was asked, it was called under the National Security Minister. This state of emergency is called under the Minister of Health. This is not a national security issue. This is a health pandemic. So this public health ordinance is what this controls. So the state of emergency is called under the Minister of Health. These people took that to court not once and lost, twice and lost. Did they come out and tell the public or the UNC supporters why they took the public health ordinance to court? You know what that was for? For them to run around and do what they want. If they had win that matter, that means all what going on here, the state of emergency, all of that, because of the argument that law is old. They would have been able to have free movements. But you know who defended that matter? The former Attorney General. So here I ask myself when I look at that. They don't even care about their own citizens because they don't even care about their own supporters. Because they didn't have the testicular fortitude to come out and tell their supporters, we went to court on a matter based on the public health ordinance and we lost. So they didn't say that. So let me say the former Attorney General did this thing pro bono. Listen where I'm going in. This cost the state. The money that I spent to pay 25% of the cost what them incurred, I could have been buying some vaccines for the same citizens that they are arguing about, right? That's one. Reason for taking that to court, have they told the citizens or their supporters that yet?
No.
That's why they can't come out to tell me they lost. So this is what you call disinformation. The media ain't printing it. If you don't talk about it and we don't speak about it, the media is not telling nobody, so that go on down. But why would you take the public health ordinance to court? So let's say a dealing from Panday. Here how this thing, to me, how this come up. The former Attorney General have a matter before the court, and with a man called Vincent Nelson. I could remember there was a man called Gutierrez, and you know what his next one name went to, in Miami, went and make the jail and come back. I have a group of people here still fighting an extradition treaty. When they got into office, they put a man with a bunch of keys and a snake. And when he left in disgrace, he didn't leave on good grounds, in disgrace, but he left with Section 34. Remember that? Try to free the same two men from since Panday time. From since Panday time, they come into office in 2010 and still try to free the same two men. So I'm wondering now, if this past Attorney General is fighting this matter pro bono, that if them happen to win the election, he could end up in the same position like Christian Steve. People, citizens, understand what it is the UN. Why would you take the public health ordinance to court if you're concerned about the citizens, but they want the PNM and the UNC to join up to help the citizens solve the problem? But they're not telling you they take the public health ordinance. That is what's saving me life today, to have them talking what they're talking. And Pastor Google, enjoy your day.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google. You know what I have to say about this candlelight vigil? That was no candlelight vigil. That was scandalous vigils. as far as I am concerned. All I was seeing there is just a set of anti-government protest. And that is what it was all about. People just all over the place protesting against the government. That is what I see. Because if people really wanted to help the government beat this pandemic, and I'm speaking about the opposition here, imagine in the last weekend, the government, the head of the country, say, let us go to a day of prayer. That is because the Prime Minister has some spiritual value. Immediately, another leader say, prayers can't help. That is because that leader has some kind of other values that we ought to consider when we're making decisions in this country. So as far as I'm concerned, them are interested in this country. They have been saying other prayers all along for Trinidad and Tobago to reach the stage we are in today. And so they are silently rejoicing in the state of this country. And that is so sad. That is so sad. We really need people who care about this country. And if we ought to look at the opposition team, they may really care nothing about Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much. And a good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. It is I, Liquid. Pastor Google, how you going?
I'm quiet, man.
Well, boy, I'm hearing all kinds of stories and dramas and all kinds of things. So I've heard that the Prime Minister said that the UNC vigils are what caused the problem. Now then I hear some people like Mr. Philip Alexander and Mr. Inshan Ismail jump up all of a sudden. Now listen to the statements now. The vigils organized by the UNC created this problem. Now we're not reaching there yet. I'm going and deal with the statement that the vigils organized by the UNC created the situation. So I hear in Insane Ismail and Philip Alexander jump up and say they want to sue the Prime Minister. So are they now finally openly admitting that they are UNC? I just asking a question. Because you just only look to pick corn when it fall in your garden. Not true, Pastor Google?
Yes, sir.
So I want to know if they are finally admitting that they are UNC plants. They're trying to further and continue the same conversation that the UNC have been trying to get to disrupt this country. Finally, well, we already knew that this individual, Mr. Allen, is a UNC, he even ran for them. So for him to come and say that, no, he's not political, I mean, geez, seriously. He might fool most of the people who support the UNC, but he ain't fooling nobody else. He can even maybe try and fool himself. Now let's go to what it is, the reality is.
Remember about that callers meeting, eh?
I know. I will try and be short. The reality of the statement that what it is was made, with it, this vigil. Remember, Pastor Google, I was calling in before and talking about the vigil people and how they will cause a pandemic to erupt in this country. Since March, I'm saying this, the whole of February, I was talking about this because when I saw what's going on, and you were seeing tanties and them, because they was bringing them from Central to come down in town. They was bringing these people and say they're going and sign a petition. Now, while it is, we could say that Gary Griffith had a little issue with allowing them. Remember, he tried when he saw that the numbers started to get out of hand. He told them, no, he's going and close the square. And they come and say that, that's a PLM thing they're doing, they're preventing the people and them because they don't like people in this country. The PLM don't like nobody. That is why they came and they add on the African girl into it and say, well, so they could have continue the conversation about the PLM don't like black people. But all the time it wasn't about the black people that got killed. It was only about one individual because of the race. So they decided to rally up the race They didn't care how many of their own race would have gotten sick. But when I did the math, and I put it out there, I put it on Facebook, and people start to ask, oh, how you linking that? I said, well, it's just simple. Because of the incubation period, and you saw the growth and development. And if you want Pastor Google, I can show you a piece of the chart that I had from since, because I am been monitoring this for a very long time. And I am amazed that it takes so long for somebody to finally say something. I know Dr. Rowley, he is trying not to ruffle feathers, I know. But I'm telling you, sir, Mr. Prime Minister, sometimes you have to crack a few eggs for you to make a cake. You all have a nice day.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, Pastor Google. One thing I could say for sure, you see, today, you're not going to get much opposing views on this.
Go ahead.
Yes, you're not going to get much opposing view on this topic today because you presented facts, you presented data, you did your research, and you bring it in black and white because God don't lie is the plain gospel truth.
Yes.
You displayed yesterday. So you ain't going to get much opposing view on that. I will tell you this. It's always the party out of power know how to run the country better. And the day, they don't know nothing. As the out of power, they know all the right thing to say and do. Now the government is trying to see if they can create herd immunity because there was a virus spreading rampage. And what there was a virus spreading rampage. And don't feel they know because among them they have doctors, they have senior physicians, and all these kind of people among them. And they couldn't tell the people that listen to me, we are in a pandemic. And if we go down that road, what could possibly happen to us? No, they didn't care about that. But they put politics before the people. They feel it will make them look good. Now look at the situation we find ourselves in, and you're questioning the Prime Minister to ask him how we got there. But today, you display to them how we got there.
Thank you very much, caller.
Very much. Okay, Pastor Google.
Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google.
Hi.
Pastor Google. Yeah. Like I say, Pastor Google, you know, you have these spin doctors trying to harbor back to this thing that it's the Prime Minister's fault and he invite everybody to Tobago, business open for Tobago. But you see, empirical evidence and based on the statistics, this thing started with people and gathering. And the only big gathering I remember was the candlelight vigil. Now at one time too, they was going to have back to the so-called bacchanal that took place in Tobago, the Tobago election, but that was in January, correct, Pastor Google?
Yeah.
Right. Right, they tried to do that. Right. Even at one time when the pandemic started, they were saying carnival. Remember that?
Yes, they said that there was carnival.
Yeah.
And that too, you still hear people touting that about the place.
Yeah.
And you hear people saying that, and you always hear the UNC, most of the UNC activists saying that when the UNC was trying to bring it in the parliament to talk about and to warn the that time it was not even a pandemic. That time the World Health Organization did not declare that a pandemic. All right? And people would sit down and they would agree with them and say, yeah, you know, that is true. But did the world, the only time you could lock off or do, and at that point in time to the Trinidad and Tobago government had locked off the people from, is China or Japan, one of those places, from coming here?
Yeah, we were the first country to take drastic action. We even put monitors to monitor people coming into this country. I remember that.
So I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. People operate based on emotions and not based on facts. And based on how loud you talk, based on how you put together your whatever you want to say, the citation or whatever your misinformation you want to put across, people are going to react it. And as somebody said, this, yes, it is an emotional thing for this father and his daughter, but at the end of the day, sir, if you're listening and anybody close to you listening, you understand, stay out of the politics.
But unfortunately, based on I saw something on the papers there where the father telling Dr. Rowley keep his daughter out of you know, I can't really, but I get up.
Yeah, but convenient. Let me tell you something. Conveniently telling Dr. Rowley that. Conveniently. You know why I would tell you conveniently? You want me to really tell you why? You want me to tell you why? You want me to play for you why?
I said, well, let me tell you something. Let me ask something. You know, ever since the UNC won that first seat in Arena, it seemed like they puff up the chest and tell them, well, yes, we reach. They lost the election last year, but because they get a letter in the Arena seat, because it is alleged that, or they didn't like the, what is alleged? The mayor? The mayor who's not the MP and something that she didn't do, and the UNC was criticizing it, and they won that seat because of one, they didn't like the PNM candidates, and the PNM candidates that PNM representative was kind of stuck up and 40 or some kind of what kind of nonsense. But the UNC won that seat, and it seemed to me coincidentally speaking, I think that the candidates started in the Arena.
No, it didn't.
No,
all right,
sorry,
let's.
I'm not sure. But,
all right.
But like I said again, but I think I'm not too sure the Arena, that new councillor had a part in that too as well. I'm not too sure. But
all right,
like
man.
I said again, it's just political.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
I remember putting on my face on the Facebook page when I keep seeing all these caravans for the anti-ballot. I keep putting super spreader, because that's what I saw it as. And I don't know. Something is wrong with our people that you're not thinking about your own personal health.
No, and Andre Barrett is telling Dr. Rowley to keep his what?
Yeah.
Keep his
the hate, is it because of the hate story?
Yeah, but I want to play.
They use that incident, you know, to make it look as if they are backing.
Yes.
But in fact, it was a negative for the population because look at where we are now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want you to join me on YouTube and Facebook. You know, Mr. Barrett is telling Dr. Rowley to keep his daughter's name out of his mouth. That's what he said, and join me on Facebook and on YouTube. I want to ask Mr. Barrett a question. Why is he telling Dr. Rowley to do that now? Now you tell him to do it? How come you didn't tell him to do it when at this point in time? At a point in time when I want to play it for you. Go onto Facebook and YouTube. I want to play you something. Hello, good afternoon.
All right, Pastor Google, good afternoon, brother. Pastor Google, let me tell you something. People could say what they want. They could jump high, jump low. You see, the candlelight vigil and the Easter weekend, that created all that. All down Central, all the bars, all in St. James, all in East-West corridor. So they could put what spin they want on it. And every day, there's more and more cases. Dr. Rowley being blamed. This thing will be vaccinated, and vaccines are very scarce because we understand what's going on with the rich white countries. I was in Shogunas about 2 hours ago. People not listening, it's traffic jam all over. I am saying, Dr. Rowley, the time has reached for a 24-hour state emergency because the opposition is using this pandemic to push the head in. It has no level of lowness they wouldn't go because they're trying to save themselves. And as Dr. Marlene had said, let people go to these essential services with in an alphabetical order. All them San Fernando taxi drivers doing there. All them correct taxi drivers doing it after peak hours. People all over Shogunas, busy going all over. So what is happening? Every day we taking cases going to continue to rise because Trinidad is. I know friends every day they're in the grocery. So I am saying, Dr. Rowley, it's not no pressing no panic button. The time, this is a fluid situation. And I say people remember the cell. Barbados are at 24 hour, Grenada at 24 hour, St. Kitts and Nevis have now come to a state emergency all around the Caribbean. Most of us 24 hour state emergency. I think St. Lucia as well. The time has come. If these numbers consistently is not going on, people losing their lives. And now we are called this morning, Pastor Gould. Somebody from a community, we as pastor, go on by the corona. So it's touching So this thing starting to get scary, right? And people not staying home. They're not staying home. They're in the grocery all over the place, just jaywalking, driving all over the place, burning cheap gas. All over the place doing nothing. So the time will have to come. Whereas I say again, Dr. Rowley have to make a hard decision, but it is a decision that will be set because we're not going to reach herd immunity in a couple months. It's 700,000 people and vaccines are scarce, we can't get it. So I am saying the time has come in the near future where we'll have to go on that 24-hour state emergency for Trinidadians and Tobago to keep their backside inside and stop spreading this.
Thank you.
Pastor.
Ellie, good afternoon.
Pastor Google.
Hi.
Guardian media recorded 102 candlelight vigils.
Wow.
102 all over Trinidad.
All over, it was all over the place.
Right. The commissioner said how much 60 something. So he and all not up to date with what was happening. And again, I go back to his statement. How could you as the commissioner of police at a press conference admit that you allow these vigils in a time where the country is under public health ordinance because of a pandemic all over the world?
So can I ask a
where
question?
You cannot gather.
I want to ask you a question then. We talking big sister to little brother here. You could correct me, you could tell me, Pastor Google, you're going too far. But based on what we're seeing here and we're reading here and we're listening to, right? I want you to correct me, you could hit me to spank if you wish. Isn't this a clear indication for him to just step down?
But I was just coming to that. In any other developed society in the world, after he said what he said, he would have had his resignation letter in hand to hand over to the authority because he would have failed. That is what he said. I didn't say it. In a state where we're under the Health Ordinance Act because of global pandemic, where there were always limitation on gathering of crowds, you admit the reason why you allowed these thousands and thousands and thousands to gather. You didn't want them to say that the police was heavy-handed and didn't want them to grieve. That is mind-blowing. And if nobody don't ask for the Commissioner of Police resignation, we really is a 2x4 and banana republic. Before I go, the young lady who would have defended Vicky Rampasad. Again, it's always been like African people mentally weak and we get spiritually weak. If she had made a video spewing and saying the same thing but directing it to Kamla Prasad, Bissessa, Farouk Khan and others, let me know if Vicky Rampasad and all who bigging she up Indian people would have been bigging she up and calling she sister today. They're calling you sister today and behind your back they're calling you monkey. So I want to know, if she had made, that African girl, had made a video where she was saying those things and the things that come out, Vicky Moore to turn around and it was Kamla Prasad Bissessa, the opposition leader, and Farouk Khan and them she was talking about. If any Indian would have been supporting she today and telling she talk, my sister, we get weak Pastor Google, like that blow we get from slavery, like it how we can recover here because, but you know what? It are fighters out here still and we will continue to stand up for what is right and we will say what we have to say.
Someone is saying to me on Facebook, Sister Jen, you listening?
Yeah.
No, Pastor, he should not step down. It was done in emotion, in a moment of emotions. Well, that was yet now, sir, you had to step down.
A police commissioner in protecting and serving, especially under times like a global pandemic, it ain't had no emotion in that to save people's lives. They could have said when he tell them don't gather or whatever that he wicked and bad, he was to take that because what he was doing is saving people's life. You can't tell me if you go on a spot for a crime and a man shoot the next one and the man tell you, well, the reason why I shoot him is because he's always harassing me, no? And he always harassing me and I complain, nobody say nothing. And you go, oh gosh, you know what? I will forgive you because I understand he was, that is an emotional response. The Commissioner of Police have no right to make any emotional response to a public issue. Then he really supposed to resign in truth. If you telling me he make an emotional response to a crisis, but then he not fit for office, I just going on what I'm saying now.
Wow.
Oh God, Pastor Google, something wrong with we in truth.
Yeah, let me, I that's what I tell you, Sister Jenny. Let me go, yes? See this thing? Yeah. This is not, Wait, just now. Wait, hold on.
I just also want to give one other comment. I've been hearing a lot as it pertains to the concerns about all of the vigils that took place earlier this year. Now, I'm not here to get involved in the politics, but just to verify, there was a great degree of concern. The special branch, we got reports of 67 confirmed protests and vigils, marches during that period. It varied from 100, 250, 300, 4,000, 300, 5,000 in certain protests. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, basically, we have to always understand there's the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. We could have easily gone hard and fast, and then had we done so, persons would have accused the state, they would have accused the police service of not allowing them their right to protest, their right to grieve, their right to be heard. It was a difficult situation. I made the decision, enough was enough, and we put a stop to it. But this is where it is, I ask the public, we need to be mature, we need to understand that as much as we have situations, concerns, your right to protest, now is not a time for us to do anything other than understand what our principal focus is in a neighborhood. It was a difficult situation. I made the decision, enough was enough, and we put a service of not allowing them. Persons would have accused the state, they would have accused the police service of not allowing them their right to protest, their right to grieve, their right to be heard. It was a difficult situation. I made the decision.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google. How are you?
I'm quiet, Bob.
Right. Thank you for playing the prophetess deliverance on the 24th of May. Thank you. I'll listen to him again today. I was home for morning. But anyhow, when I turned on, I got him. No, there was a lady who called the dead girl's name, and I want to let her remember or know that the father said the Prime Minister didn't get permission from him to mention his dead daughter's name. So I guess we will have to avoid calling that name at any time now. If the Prime Minister can't call the name, I think we ourselves cannot mention the name. You know? This is how I look at it in this country we're going on. Okay then. Bye.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. The place to be is Tobago. Right? That is what causes spike. That is vigil. Call an election or Rowley, you fail. Your government collapse. Call an election now.
Good day to you, Pastor Google. Good program. You see that so-called apology? I don't believe in these type of apologies, because the fact she knew what she was doing. After she done do and say what she have to say and then bring it in the public domain, now you're trying to come back with a so-called apology. And these things happen on and on. Even in churches, these things happen. People tell you what they have to tell you, and because you're a Christian, they believe you're a believer, they know that you have to forgive them, but they already satisfy themselves. And in this case, that is what happened. Mm-hmm. She already satisfied herself by saying what she had said, and now you're coming now to apologize. I'm not going to accept that. That is not no true apology. You understand? You apologize to somebody if your walking might have happened to mash their foot by mistake. You apologize because you didn't do it intentionally. She had intention with what she did.
Hello, good afternoon. Okay, hello, good afternoon.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, so I want to agree with what Ms. Jenny said, everything that she said, and we could clearly see Pastor Gould asked about his not too long ago, but because anybody can clearly see where the hate really coming from. It's not from both sides, and we have to be honest with ourselves. It's definitely not from both sides. And even if I'm a person and somebody continually provoking me and keep on saying lies about me, I must retaliate no matter how good I am, no matter how peaceful I am. I must retaliate if people keep on battering me and stuff like that. That doesn't mean I hate you, but we clearly can see as true citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, the true ones, not the racial ones, not the lying ones, not the misleading ones, the ones that are true and care about the country can clearly see where the hate comes from. And about the vigils, Pastor Google, there's too much vigils, too many vigils to have in a country in a pandemic when innocent people trying to do the right thing, people who trying to keep away from getting sick and trying to do everything. That is too many vigils, and you can't justify wrong. Wrong is wrong. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much. Now, you know, we just have some real researchers who listen to these programs, you know. Caller?
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hold on, Andrew. Hold the line. Now, people, I want you all to go onto our Facebook page and YouTube page now. Because one of our ardent listeners found a picture for me. And let me tell you something. I want to thank this person very much. Because people are not, let me tell you something. There are people out there who not are allowing the system to fool them, you know. Go onto Facebook and YouTube. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Because when you go onto Facebook and YouTube and you see this photo, you need to shut up everybody who is saying that, hey, this is not this. What the Prime Minister said, it was a lie. You see, this person who found this picture, this person who found this picture this picture is one that shuts up everybody who want to say that the Prime Minister lying. You know what I'm telling you? I'm going to save this picture. This picture is a boss. Whoever found this, you all are boss. You better they call you Google. This person, and I want to thank them very much. So I'm going to put it up now. I'm going to put it up now while Andrew talking. I want the numbers to go up on Facebook. I need the numbers to go up on YouTube. You all need to share this to all the people, all the naysayers, and all who. That's what I said to you all, you know. The man don't just talk, you know. So, go onto YouTube now. Go onto Facebook now. And see this. You all need to see this, you know. You all need to see this. Andrew.
Yes, Pastor Google. And you see Jenny? Jenny have it right. She have it perfectly right. Because laws is what govern the police commissioner. He have to work with laws. He can work with everybody. So if I doing something, and he feel that coming after me, everybody could talk about it. What do you have to do? Don't come after me then. If he's not doing that, therefore he's showing a bias, you know. Because we are in a pandemic. Regardless of who say what, you ought to not to give them no permission to keep no candlelight. Keep it home at all the house. You understand? Regardless of who dead. Regardless of who dead. You understand? And that is what, you know, civil disobedience is what Kamla Prasad, because her name is carrying out, you know. Because, you know what is civil disobedience? When the leader tell you to do something, you disobey him and do something else, and that was taking place in the country, and that is what have the country in the state it is now. Kamla Prasad, Bissasa, and the UNC, you know, by talking, you cannot change the government, you know. By they talking and saying, call election. You have to wait till 2025. 2025, all of them done campaign. 2025, look how long we let it go. Get together, the government, and do the right thing. But you see, this racism behind them, the pack a card in their hand, the race card in their hand, they cannot put it down at all. And that is the problem with them. All people must understand and must always remember. When it was BLP and PNM, why did they change their name from BLP? Because they know DLP, they used to say the Indian party. PNM, they used to say the PNM is the African party. So anytime you hear they use the word PNM, they're referring to the African people. You mustn't be stupid. You mustn't be fooled.
All right.
And that's fact of life.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Are you on Facebook and YouTube? You saw the picture I have up here? Candlelight vigil and prayer service for Andrea Barath. Wear purple or white. You have the UNC logo. They're telling you it's in when is that? The women's arm. The women's arm of the UNC. Right?
And where were they advertising that for?
On the newspaper.
No. What location was the gathering?
The gathering was supposed to be, let me tell you where. I'll pull it down and tell you. Just now I'll tell you. Just now. Boom. Arima Bus Shed. Arima Bus Shed Terminal.
Was that the first candlelight vigil?
I think that's what the fella was telling me about, because look at the February the 3rd.
Right. Now, that's the man who just said that how it started in Arima?
Yes, the man was right.
Right. So, it goes to say, Google, that man shall perish for lack of wisdom.
But wait, just now. But and when the Prime Minister said it, they condemned him?
Yeah.
And they said don't bring politics in it? When the Prime Minister said this in Parliament, what did they say to him?
They will always change their tongue. They have a culture that they have to uphold. And that is the right things they make wrong and the wrong things they make right. So a lot of them, some people commenting on the situation. But the thing is that for Gary Griff, I had to play parent to all of them so-called illiterati, immorality around Trinidad and Tobago. And they have up for the law-abiding citizen. They made laws for the individual school morals. But when you lack moral, you cannot govern yourself. If you have morals, you'll govern yourself and conduct yourself in a human condition. But when you lack morality, you start to do things like stealing, lying, all of them kind of things. Right? And it's degrees that it will come like Mr. Robinson said, right? Streams run to rivers and rivers to sea. It works in that fashion. So the UNC is like the pinnacle of all the destructive Trinidad and Tobago right now. That's how who making noise. The one who want to call on the Prime Minister and Honorable Minister of Health with her attitude. All of them in the same category. It's a culture that they upholding. And Dr. Williams identified it because they are opposed to authority and discipline. And this is the end result. They rather kill one another than do the right thing. And that's what they reap. They reaping what they sow. But yet they want to point the finger at somebody else. You know? You want Harry Griffith to police all you, and you can't police yourself. And now when you get in trouble, you say, no, somebody didn't do so and so, so I wouldn't do the bad thing. What foolishness is that? Get their morals on the right line and get their head on gutter. That is what they have to do. They ain't fooling nobody, you know. They would rather sleep with the devil to make havoc in the country, to cause death and destruction.
All right.
And this is the thing they're doing.
Thank you.
Who they are.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Pastor Google.
You're seeing what I have up on YouTube here, boy?
I had a look at it. But you know...
You watching this thing here, brother?
Yes, but it was 96 communities. After Jenny tell it was 102 protests, it was in 96 different communities. And the people from those 96 communities, they didn't come in Port of Spain. They come in Port of Spain and they tried it with the intention to bring down the people from Lavantil. So they joined the lady from who died any days ago. Before that incident, they joined the young little black girl with them to try to bring the people of Lavantil into town. But that didn't work out. So they decide now they're trying to keep it in their community. So by keeping it among themselves, that is where have us where we is 96 communities in Pastor Google. You know what that is? You know what it is, our vigil in 96 different communities in Trinidad and Tobago? And who are the people who support those vigils?
They are not of my. That is why this woman could come and tell me it had no COVID in PNM constituency. You don't understand that? That is why she could tell me that. Because in their 96 communities, to try to show the death of one young lady, what was her name, Andrea Barrett, they created havoc at him. Because you know why? The Prime Minister was lying, Sunderskill COVID, punching. Right? That is the argument. So that is what have them where they are today. So they don't know who to blame, what to do now. So they're telling me the Prime Minister, you see that one who called? With this ignorant, people went to Tobago. He's still living in a bubble. That is what have them disinformation, Pastor Google. And they still keep singing to them in Tobago. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google Tobago in the house. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am okay. Was a little bit under the weather, but I'm better now. I am hearing people, Pastor Google, let me be frank and be honest to ourselves. It is we, the people, have ourselves in this position where we are today. Pastor Google, you open up my eyes to this thing wide. When you contracted it and you could have come and tell us. You could have come and tell us, the people, how this thing is like and whatever. What more do we want again? What more? I ain't blaming no Gigi. I ain't blaming no Prime Minister. I'm blaming the individuals themselves. I am blaming the individual. You ever. All right, we pray about it. We sorry that this thing had to happen, but they take this thing out of context and it gets out of control, and this is what we are reaping for today. Okay, the Prime Minister said the place is still to be in Tobago. All right, Tobago has a little spike, but check it out, Pastor Google. Tobago's spike is not as wide as Trinidad. If Tobago get majority of that spike what Trinidad get, what you think? A good bit of us here would get it, and we would have more deaths in Tobago. So let me forget if it was Trinidad, if it was Tobago. We put in the blame where it is supposed to be, on the individuals themselves, who leave and go to this candlelight vigil and they was jamming up and wherever. Yes, we were hurt as a people that something like this come and happen to this young lady. And then I am saying, as a parent too, the father was wrong to make it get out of hand. Because if the shoes was on my foot, I would not want all this sort of thing. You understand, Pastor Google? I would agree wherever. But I would not have associated myself and my family this candlelight vigil. And by the way, Pastor Google, there is a clip with Miss Kamala beside Mr. Sir. Shit. Connection, right? Yeah, my connection going on.
Yeah, but my time is gone. My time has gone.
Yeah, all right.
All right?
Tomorrow.
Yes. All right, Trinidad and Tobago. So I have to leave it there and talk to you all tomorrow, please God. Just reminding those of you HCC tenants or HCC persons, attention HCC clients, if you make monthly payments directly to HCC, you can make your payments through any Sure Payment Center located at any Massey store, or you can also make money transfer to Republic Bank account 1502281730001, or you can deposit a check to the in the box located at HDC head office. All right, for more information you can visit us HDC at Facebook or Instagram, or visit the website www.hcc.gov.tt. Right, you can make your you can visit them. So here's where I have to leave it, Trinidad. We had a great day today with you. I hope that you got all the information that I had to share. So I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay sanitized, stay home, and make sure and social distance. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow, please God. All right, talk to you tomorrow, please God. God bless. Bye bye, Trinidad and Tobago.
There is something good, so good about this feeling. This feeling. Carnival time. We just heed to ancestral calling. When the rhythm hit you, and I notice them arrest me. So God just make we let go, make we dance like a shampoo. He just make we limbo, go down low like a Congo. It's the season to break away, and today is the right day. Freedom to make we dance, freedom to make we prance, freedom to make we chant, oh yeah, yeah. Freedom to make we sway, freedom to think bullet, jump and wine and just lay. It's the season to break away, the season to break away, oh, the season to break away, season to break away. No one here deny this vibe that we feeling when we express with colors and characters juvenile.